in this video, I'll be explaining step by step how I was able to make over $10 million trading Forex, NASDAQ, and of course, US 30. Now, this video isn't just for those looking to take their trading to the next level. It's also for those who are in a dangerous and a tough time in their lives and they feel like they just keep losing money trading Forex. Those who feel like they are on the brink of survival. Those who are knocking on the door, but it feels like nobody's answering. If you're one of those people, then this video is definitely for you. I'm making you guys this kind of content because there was a point in time in my life when I was on the brink of survival, when I was suffering, and there was this kind of videos that was able to take me to the next level, rewire my mind, help me refocus, and move me to the next level. Make sure you guys watch this video straight through to the end because I will be teaching you step by step how to make your first $10,000 through trading this year. Now we're going to start from the beginning. I was born in South Africa, and from a very young age I always wanted to be an actor. So I ended up joining up a lot of church plays, a lot of drama classes, anything just to get my acting game, my acting career going. But also I did have the hunger to make a good living. Instead of waiting the 5 to 10 years that the film industry was probably going to take me, or that one lucky role you land in a movie, I decided to explore a bunch of different options. And this found me stumbling across options trading. I decided, let me just watch a few educational videos. I had no experience, no plan. I decided, let me just put a bit of money and let me take my first trade. And my first trade, purely based off of luck, absolutely insane because I was able to take $10 to $400 in just 10 minutes. But this moment will end up being one of the most important moments in my entire trading career. At the age of 18, I became completely homeless. I had nowhere to live, nothing to eat. I only had $100 on me. And this is a new chapter in my life and probably the one I am most grateful for. But thank God that even then I had my beloved girlfriend, who is now my wife, who took the risk and actually left with me. So we were homeless together. Honestly, we had no other options. I couldn't move in with her, she couldn't move in with me, so we ended up moving in with our friend. So this found us staying on our friend's couch. I am just in pure survival mode. Since I didn't have anything to go off of, I used to just try everything and anything to make sure I could get as little money as I could to change my current situation. I became a truck driver. I tried to do freelance designer work. I tried to deliver vegetables at one point. I did absolutely everything and anything to try and get us out of our current situation. Then at what I would like to call the tipping point, I realized ordinary actions would only yield ordinary results. And then I remembered that one time where I was able to make $400 in just 10 minutes. And I decided, let's open a trading account. I began eagerly studying and just scouring the internet for any information I could about trading. I even ended up finding one of my favorite bloggers at the time who would help actually motivate me to continue going on in this industry. That's why I'm actually recording this video right now, because those who've lost faith in themselves, you guys can regain it from watching this video. I was able to regain faith in myself and see things a lot clearly from this type of content. But at that time, I had a lot of motivation and drive, but I still lacked something very important, the skill. A lot of my successful trades that I was having were quickly taken out by incredible losses. I was completely drained with the back and forth. Now, I was earning just little money from being a truck driver, from all these little piece jobs I would be doing, just a little bit of money, but it came with a very, very, very scary consequence. My girlfriend and I still had to eat. I reached a point where it was either trade or eat. So it's either we traded for today or we ate. This is one of my favorite things to say because it definitely played out so incredibly in my life. 10 hours in the charts. I would spend 10 hours a day in the charts, studying, trying to learn, trying to trade, trying to make ends meet. But if I was unable to make a successful trade that day, we wouldn't eat. So that whole situation kind of sobered me up, and I was actually able to really dive in, knowing what was at stake, really study and just try to do the most. And somehow, some way, I was able to make my first $3,000 from trading. I was finally able to impress my girlfriend, of course, at the time, who is now my wife. So at this point in time, I'm of course trading forex. I started, to build up and make a lot more money, just a bit more capital. So I decided, you know what, let me play my hand at trading gold. Now, gold is completely new territory. I had no idea what I was doing, and I decided, you know what, let me trade gold. I went in there and absolutely wrecked my account. I got absolutely wrecked, back to square one. But of course, I had done this before, so I built it up again, built it up again, built it up again. But you know what, I was like, I'm not making money fast enough. As fate would have it, an investment plan put itself on the table. So I'm not going to disclose who it was or what happened, but there was an individual who offered an investment plan. If you guys are not clued up on investment plans, basically it's where someone will say, hey, send me X amount of dollars and I'll trade it for you, and in 1 week I'll give you X amount of dollars. So I thought, with all the capital I had earned after getting cooked on gold, I had made up another $3,000 I was able to make up, and that was all I had. I took the money, gave it to the investment plan, because I was promised $10,000 in a week. And before you go in the comment section screaming, yes, I should have known it was a scam. And everything I had worked for after getting cooked was gone again. And my girlfriend at the time was also starting to lose a little bit of faith. And I don't think it was, just out of negativeness. It was just because, every time we kind of got to one point, we kind of would just set right back to where we started. We kind of get to the next point and back to where we started. Now, we don't have a home at this time. We have nothing going for us. So we had to make a decision, because we can't be couch potatoes our whole life. So she had to move back to her parents, and I had to figure out a plan where I was at. The plan I had to figure out was I ended up moving in with a friend. Now, this friend stayed in a crime-ridden neighborhood. Now, when I say crime-ridden neighborhood, I mean you couldn't come home after a certain time, or you could risk getting caught up in whatever situation they had going down there. It was a very negative environment for anybody to live in. So what I used to do every single day was, I needed internet, I needed some place to trade, I needed some place to focus. So I'd walk every day 10 kilometers to our local, well, after 10Ks, I don't know if it's local anymore, but I would walk 10 kilometers to our local mall just so I could sit at a Starbucks, get some internet, so I could study up on trading, watch some videos, learn, and trade. I am making sure that I learn everything I can about trading. Some of the videos I'd watch would tell me to focus on just one thing, so I ended up focusing on NASDAQ. NASDAQ is what I focused on and put a lot of my time and effort into. Now, when I became confident in my trading skills as a whole, I ended up borrowing money from anyone and everyone that I knew. I would borrow as much money as I could. So after I had accumulated a lot of money from borrowing and my girlfriend giving me some money, I was able to make $1,800. It wasn't just a beeline to success from there. I was still losing money, I'd still lose money. I was still just making sure I'm managing my risk to reward right. The $1,800 would probably turn into $900, and then I would kind of build it up again. It would drop like $500, and then I'll build it up again. But eventually, as I kept going, because of course I put so much effort and practice into growing the skill, I ended up turning $1,800 into $10,000 in just 2 months. And this was truly the pinnacle. This was that moment for me. This was that moment, like, this is it. This is $10,000, right? This is not like the $3,000 from before. This is $10,000. From that moment on, life starts to change. Things start to change. Things start to get better. My girlfriend returns. She stays with me because we move into our own place, because now we got $10,000 and I'm actively trading. From then on, things became a little bit easier, because I realized to be a successful trader wasn't just about the trading itself, it was about your mindset. I had blown accounts repeatedly back and forth. You guys heard my story. I'd make $3,000 gone to basic needs. I have to build it up again, and then blew it on gold. Then I have to build it up again, and then got scammed. Then build it up again, and still losing money back and forth, back and forth. But my mindset and building my knowledge base around it is really what kept me going and was really one of the most important keys to turning my trading career around. I watched all the YouTube videos, I read all the articles, I traded in demo more than I did actually trade live itself, until I was able to, of course, hone my skills, until I was able to be a lot more confident in what I was doing. And when I was a lot more confident in what I was doing, I was able to get into live and just consistently keep going. Regardless of the outcome, my mindset was in the right place. You know, when I saw that first result, it even boosted me forward. But the fact that losses weren't enough to take me out, and that's what I want to give to you as well. Do not let losses be your defining moment in the market. During lockdown, I was able to make $150,000. I bought my first car. In 2020, when the markets were doing their thing, and if you're a trader, you know exactly what I'm talking about, I was able to make $1 million. After continued growth, I was confident in my skills. I kept growing, and there was always that lingering question from everybody around me: what do you do? How do you do it? And that was when I decided, let me start teaching others how to trade. So I started teaching out people through trading signals, through mentoring one-on-one, and that's how I was able to start growing my community, and you guys are part of the community. At 23 years old, I was able to buy my very first penthouse, and me and my wife were able to go in and start, you know, living the penthouse life. We then went on to buy her parents a beautiful mansion, which we are both very, very proud of. In the end, my girlfriend, who then became my wife, you know, we had a bit of a traditional wedding, and for the first time, we went on vacation to Dubai. And when we came to Dubai, we ended up loving it here so much, we decided to make Dubai our home. And at this point in time, you know, I start, you know, diversifying my portfolio right now. So now I'm not only just trading, I started to acquire some properties. I was able to buy my Lamborghini Huracan STO, Ferrari F8 Spider, and of course I bought my beautiful wife a Lamborghini Urus, which she's been wanting for the longest time. So our fleet has grown, our achievements have grown, and the beautiful part about all this is that I was at a point in my life where it was either trade or eat, and now I eat at the best restaurants. No matter what I want to do, I am now able to do it, and this to me has to be one of the greatest points in my life. And ever since then, my trading ability has just improved and improved and improved. I don't feel like I've reached a level where I'm just stagnant. All I do is just keep getting better and better and better and better. My entire worldview has completely changed. And when I was going through the tough time in my life, I always knew the bill has to be paid. And that very same concept is what I still use today in my success. The bill has to be paid. How are you gonna pay it? On your feet or on your knees? I always choose to stand upright and pay the bill on my feet. Now that you've heard my story, I've shared with you guys my highs and my lows, my failures and my successes. And a lot of you are afraid to get into trading. You're afraid of failing. You're afraid of being scammed. But I am living proof that this works. With a clear goal in mind and an utter determination to accomplish everything, you can get this done. There are no barriers to achieving what you want. This is precisely why I'll be opening my own trading academy that will be opening up in early July. It's nothing like you've ever seen before. This will be a huge system consisting of dozens of curators who are active, profitable traders, personal meetings with me, 24/7 technical support, daily signals through which my students have already made over $1.2 million, my own personal strategies that I've honed for years that have personally made me over $10 million, and I will be closely monitoring the progress of every student. This opportunity will not be for everybody. I'm strictly limiting the number of seats to 800 people. This is like your golden ticket. The only thing you'll need to do is put a little effort to follow the path laid out for you. Remember, when you're starting something new, you're always afraid of what to grab onto, where to go, and how to start. But my training academy is the one place where you will have a clear path, all the trading tools and all the trading knowledge, and a personal trading curator will guide you. Fill out the waitlist in the link below this video. And in early July, you will receive an invitation to a closed presentation of my academy. Get the best price for my trading academy and also get access to my free trading course. So remember, if you guys are ready to take that next step to completely change your life, you know exactly what to do.